operated through three agencies: Finance Headquarters, the State Treasury Office, and the Board of Internal Revenue. However, the Board of Internal Revenue, which is saddled with the responsibility of collecting tax-related internally generated revenue, IGR, for the state government, was upgraded and became semi-autonomous in year 2006 to enhance revenue generation, transparency, and accountability. Also, the Debt Management Office, DMO Iteto department in the ministry, was equally elevated to an agency status in 2005 and headed by Permanent Secretary. And due to realignment by Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration, the Public Finance DMO were merged in 2015 with Office of Finance to become a department in the office, still performing its statutory functions. The Office of Finance is one of the arms of the Ministry of Finance and is headed by a Permanent Secretary. The headquarters serves as the coordinating arm of the ministry with staff strength of 131 officers. For effective proper administration, the ministry under Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration introduced Lagos State Property Taxation Software (LAPTS) mobile app. It also organized a workshop for field officers and consultants on the use of a newly introduced Lagos State Property Taxation Software (LAPTS) mobile app. The workshop targeted training land use charge field officers, consultants, and administrators on the functionalities and technicalities of the new mobile app for effective property administration in Lagos State. The application no doubt will make land use charge operations more flexible and seamless. It will also enable the Ministry of Finance to effectively monitor and control land use charge revenue generation process in the state, as well as effective, efficient, and easy documentation. Charged with the responsibility of planning, devising, and implementing the state policies on finance, the ministry provides financial backbone for the Lagos State government, leaving no stone unturned in ensuring effective financial risk management and leveraging on private sector participation towards achieving the needs and aspirations of the government as well as its teeming residents. Under the present administration, in order to address the decline in distributable revenue from the Federation account to governments at all levels, a 30 team from the Nigeria Governors Forum (NGF) and the Federal Ministry of Finance visited the Lagos State Ministry of Finance to understudy the state internally generated revenue template and exchange ideas on how to ameliorate the present economic meltdown in the country. The state government introduced a lot of innovation to drive its cashless revenue collection policy, and the state financial system has been fully automated, giving no room for cash transactions in any government financial deal. Lagos has standardized its revenue collection system through the introduction of different modes such as point of purchase system (POS), single treasury account (TSA), different bank payment opportunities, and application of standard sharing formula between the state and local governments to eliminate multiple taxation in respect of revenue from land use charge. The Sanwo-olu administration, through the Ministry of Finance, has dedicated professional accountants handling all the ministry's activities, both in revenue data collation and full implementation of the budgetary system. Lagos State has an application for the enumeration and capturing of property, as well as 5 consultants working as field officers for the enumeration of property, even as the ministry handles the administrative aspects. Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu-led administration has not only put in place a very strong financial management system that is technology-driven, but has also engaged financial risk managers. The administrative perfect accounting system through the Lagos State Treasury Office ensures prompt and adequate payment of employees' salaries every month without failure. Through the use of modern technology, every transaction is done through an electronic tax system, and possible leakages have been blocked with the introduction of revenue codes, while all revenue is traceable due to a single treasury account. The Lagos State Treasury Office trained over 1,000 finance and account officers across the state to acquaint them with the provisions of the year 2020 Finance Act. Some key provisions in the Finance Act of 2020 include Capital Gains Tax Act, Companies Income Tax Act, Industrial Development Income Tax Relief Act, Personal Income Tax Act, Tertiary Education Trust Fund Act, and Customs and Excise Tariff Consolidation Act. Others are Value Added Tax Act, Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act, Fiscal Responsibility Act, Public Procurement Act, Companies and Allied Matters Act, Nigerian Export Processing Zone Act, and Oil and Gas Export Processing Free Zone Act. To achieve effective and efficient infrastructural development, the Lagos State Treasury Office is meeting with all its financial obligations through debt servicing payment of outstanding liabilities and mobilization of funds to contractors. Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration last year reviewed the 2018 land use charge, a move that received wide accolades from property owners. The new Land Use Charge Law 2020 is a product of a series of stakeholders' meetings designed to accommodate the agitations of residents and reduce the financial pressure on citizens as it relates to land use. The government reintroduced the 15% early payment discount, which has been increased by a 10% special COVID-19 incentive, making it 25% when payment is paid before the due date. Commissioner for Finance, Sanwo-olu, hinted that the state deployed technology to block loopholes, which would help to grow the internally generated revenue IGR and ensure that the revenue officers do not engage in fraudulent activities despite the negative impact of coronavirus on economic activities and revenue of the government. Olowo pledges that the Ministry of Finance will sustain the momentum to improve the finances of Lagos State for the next 2 years, just as it hopes to embed and grow the LIRS e-portal tax to enhance integration of taxpayers' database and revenue collection within 90 days. According to the Commissioner, Lagos State government generated 785 billion naira in 2020 and the first quarter of 2021 as internally generated revenue, IGR.
Our revenue management strategy is ensuring that our revenue budget performance is very, very intact to enable the activation of infrastructural development. Our expenditure management strategy is tailored towards value for money and ensuring that there's efficient cash planning and liquidity management. Our debt management office is absolutely important by ensuring that there's sufficient funding for us to finance our deficit budget, because more often than not, there will be deficit budget for any serious government that is committed to capital project. Investment and partnerships absolutely committed to ensure that there's maximum return on investment and that we are collaborating very well with our internal stakeholders and also our external stakeholders.
To transform Lagos State Office of Finance into the model manager for public finance, the Ministry of Finance plans to arrange an optimally structured 100% funding of the state budget deficit and targets a year-on-year minimum increase of 25 to 30% of the IGR base through deepening of the tax net by mapping the informal sector clusters and bringing in a minimum of 1 million additional taxpayers on a yearly basis.
We are resident in the security and governance pillar, but the real truth is that we are resident across the 6 pillars. Our work cuts across all ministries, departments and agencies. Every decision is a financial decision, and that's why we see it as absolutely important for us to work very, very closely, collaboratively, for us to understand the programs, the objectives of every MDA by aligning our own programs to their own programs to ensure that the delivery is very, very itch-free, and that's the way.
Also, the Ministry of Finance expanded its complaints resolution process, and as such, Lagosians can make complaints about their bills through luc@lagostate.gov.ng or citizensgate@lagostate.gov.ng and call 0805 858 4486, 0908 678 6001. Some Lagos residents expressed their appreciation to the state government on the steps taken on the review of the land use charge.
First, I would like to appreciate the present governor. He has really tried, because sometimes ago we had issue with the land use charge so high, but we thank God for the governor. What I just want to say is, we noticed that the so-called land use charge has not been equal, because some were still receiving the old rate, while some are receiving the new rate, because we learned that the governor have reduced it, and he has really tried. We want to really give him a kudos on that.
Big thanks to Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration for the review or the reversal of the land use charge. No doubt, reduce financial pressure on the masses.
Actually, about the land use charge, we really appreciate the Sanwo-olu administration for what it has done so far. When Babajide Sanwo-olu came in, it reduced the price, which everybody was happy and enjoyed the dividend in it.
I think the governor only seized the opportunity, at least to make people to be more comfortable. It's good.
There is clear evidence that the Sanwo-olu administration is formulating programs and policies that will make Lagos residents have a sense of belonging and value for their monies. The administration requires the cooperation of residents in ensuring prompt payments of their taxes for the government to be able to provide more infrastructure and come up with more and more efficient developmental projects. And that is it on our special report on Team's Agenda this week, which focuses on activities of Lagos State Ministry of Finance in line with the vision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration. For feedback, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Instagram, Lagos Traffic; Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM; on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can now download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Play Store for Android and Apple Store for Apple devices for more traffic updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolagun.